If you find yourself skipping leg day more often due to your chronic back pain, today's video is for you. I'm gonna break down the way I coach the lunge, my favorite exercises that you should be doing, even if you have a history of chronic back pain, but find yourself dealing with pain or stiffness afterwards. This video is going to break down exactly how I want you to approach them with a chronic back pain history. Now, the first adjustment I want you to make to your lunge is obviously picking the right tool. Dumbbells, there's kettlebells, there's lunges, barbells on your back. Pick the easiest one that you feel safe doing. I know that may sound common sense, but believe it or not, a lot of people step into a gym and they see other people doing different types of lunges and they're like, hey, I want to try that out. Maybe it's your ego, maybe it's just because it looks cool, maybe because you like a good challenge. Either way, you have to look at every exercise that you do from a pain perspective right now. Rule number one is find a variation of load that you feel comfortable with, that you feel safe with. I personally like dumbbells, kettlebells, things that I can hold by my side. I can adjust where they are on my body, whether they are actually hanging down or they're in more of a racked position. I'm not a huge fan of the fixed bar and barbell strategy when it comes to lunges. I think there's just too much room for error, especially if you're on the healing process or in the healing process of your chronic back pain. Before we move on, I wanna give you a free guide. If you're in the gym trying to navigate your workout, maybe you're following a program you found online, but your back is always achy, it's always stiff and in pain after the fact, or maybe during it, go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. I break down exactly how I approach exercise with all of my one-on-one students who are trying to now build strength despite having a history of back pain. They want to get stronger, they want to feel safe in the gym, be confident putting on muscle, building strength, whatever their goals might be. This guide breaks down everything that I show them. fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. Second tip is adjusting your depth. This is often an overlooked strategy because we just want to do the full range of motion of the specific exercise. Depending on your unique pain threshold, you may not be able to go to the full depth. What you want to do is while you're adjusting your weight, while you're adjusting the type of load that you're using, cut your depth by at least 50%. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get the stretch on the muscle, I'm not gonna build. That's not true. And ultimately, if your goal is to be able to do lunges or any kind of leg exercise, you want to be able to get rid of your pain first. So once you've gotten to the point where you've adjusted about 50%, if you're seeing good results with that, then keep up with that and slowly over time, don't increase your weight, but see if you can go lower and lower, but don't do it just within one workout session. Space it out over weeks. Allow your body time to build tolerance up to that lower depth. Now, after cutting your rep range in half, I would go with a quarter depth, where you're basically just going down just a little bit to activate your legs, to engage your glutes, engage the hips, legs, quads, hamstrings, knees, everything that involves your lower body. Engage them, and then you're coming back up. So you're not really focusing so much on building the strength, getting the full range of motion, but you're really just trying to get your body used to holding weight in that position, doing something similar to a lunge, but ultimately allowing your body the space it needs to heal. Third strategy is your body position. You often find people doing lunges and they either have a very upright position or they have a very forward flexed position. They're kind of like putting their chest and their stomach over that front leg. Neither of these are good or neither of these are bad in a sense of you're doing the exercise wrong. What it comes down to is how your body is responding doing that specific variation. This goes both ways. If you find yourself doing them more of the upright position where your leg is out, everything's in a good position, your chest is nice and high, you're not overextending in the low back, you feel nice and neutral, nice and relaxed, you do your lunge and you experience sensitivity, tightness, pain during or afterwards, then what you might want to experiment with is having a slight pitch forward, extension intolerance. So when you're going into this lunge, you're getting into an overextended position for your pain threshold, which is causing you that sensitivity. So what you can experiment with is having a little bit more of a forward flexed position when doing the lunge. Same thing goes for the people who have more of a forward lean. If you have an overstimulated, over-contracted, always stiff, tense, and irritated low back, and you find yourself being flexion intolerant, doing these lunges in a flex position and then loading your body because you're holding weight while doing this, that's gonna potentially increase your sensitivity. So what you might want to experiment with, bringing yourself back, keeping yourself in more of an upright, neutral position, focusing on the core brace, the abdominal brace first, and then relaxing that low back and allowing things to just equal out the way they should, and then you start practicing the other strategies while you go down into each rep that you're doing for each set. The fourth strategy is being more mindful of your transitions. Transitions are essentially the time when you are coming up from the lunge or going down into the lunge. It could be stepping back and getting ready to do the lunge, or stepping out of the lunge to walk and rack your weight up. All of these transitions to a sensitive low back mean something. And if you have catching, sharp stabbing, achiness, however you describe your sensitivity, and specifically when you do sharp, quick movements, then doing these movements in the gym while loaded in a leg exercise or a leg workout is not going to help. In fact, it's going to make things worse. While you're doing the actual exercise, during the actual rep and set that you're doing, watch the transitions, slow down, focus on quality of reps. Don't stress about trying to get all 10 in or all 12 in, but focus on, hey, if I slowed these things down and took 6 seconds for each rep that I do, super slow, super controlled, and I feel better, what does it matter that I do 10? Why can't I do 6 really, really good ones? Feel tired, feel like I really put a strain on those muscles in a safe way, but also it led to not having chronic back sensitivity after doing it, then stick to that for right now. And it's oftentimes you lose control at these movements. They're small micro movements, but it matters. If you are highly sensitive right now, these transitions, if you don't respect them, they will not respect you. Quick note on the dumbbells I'm using in this video. I've become a huge fan of the TrueLap brand adjustable dumbbells. These things go from 8.5 pounds to 92 pounds. I've been using them for the past few months and have absolutely fallen in love with them. High quality, high durability, very easy to use, fit in small spaces. I get more weight, more versatility with this set. Hands down, one of the best sets I've used to this date. I've actually become an affiliate of them, so that means you get a discount by using the code F4BP at checkout. I think you save about 5%. Obviously, that is an affiliate commission that I would get in support of this channel. No further cost to you. TrueLap.com and put in the code F4BP at checkout to get that discount. Thanks for your support. Let's jump back into the video. The final strategy or tip you can implement with your lunge exercise is stop doing forward walking lunges. The type of lunge I always suggest is reverse lunges or step back lunges. Obviously, I don't want you to be walking backwards and trying to lunge, but ultimately I want you to start standing nice and tall, nice and neutral, have a weight that you can control, transition back, so you're going to step back to a comfortable position, get set, and you're going to drop into your lunge, come back up. Now, there's 2 different types of lunges that you can do. Active step back lunges or static reverse lunges. Static reverse lunge is simply you just stepping back into position, in a good position as far as you being neutral, whatever feels comfortable for you, and you're gonna stay there while you go up and down doing each rep, only coming out when the set is over with. Active lunges or active step back lunges, essentially you're gonna start standing nice and tall, you're gonna have control, you're gonna brace, get nice and solid before you do anything, step back, adjust yourself, make sure you're good, you're gonna go down into your lunge, come back up, and you're going to step forward back into a neutral standing position. And you're going to repeat that step back, step forward, step back, step forward without actually creating any kind of walking distance. You're just actively moving in and out of that lunge position while stepping back. But those are the 2 of my favorite reverse style lunges, and they are great for activating the glutes, activating the quads, doing everything you want your lower body exercise to do without compromising your low back in the process. Not all of these strategies will apply to you, so make sure you pick and choose which ones you want to experiment with. When it comes to your lower body workout routine, less is more. If that means you're only going to be experimenting for the next month, then just do that. As boring and as mundane as that might be, and you want to do harder things and push yourself in the gym, when it comes to low back sensitivity, you have to be willing to Put everything off the table and start with one thing and adjust that one thing until you find a way or a variation of it that allows your body to feel good and continue the healing process that it needs, which takes time. So start simple, start with one exercise, start with this lunge, modify it, change it, ask questions below this video. If you have any questions on the lunge, we'll see how it works out. Keep in mind that not all of these strategies are going to fit your unique situation. When in doubt, keep things super simple. If the lunge still causes some sensitivity, but you're still doing 3 or 4 other lower body exercises, I would encourage you to eliminate all other exercises until you know for a fact the lunge is actually being an irritant to you before you remove it completely. Change things up, use these modifications, these strategies to hone in on how you should be doing the lunge, and I promise you, you'll find a method or a group of strategies here that will actually help. Don't forget to grab that free guide. Go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training if you want my take on how you should be building out the perfect back-friendly or post-surgery friendly workout that includes your core training, how you should order things, the intensity, volume, everything. Go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. It's all there, it's free, and it's yours. I'll see you on the next episode.